Good morning.
Good morning. Wakey.
Yes.
I'm excited about today.
It's midweek. Yeah, Wednesday. I mean, Wednesday means the weekend.
Oh yeah. He's out. He's out with a rainfall.
Yeah, maybe he's out until there's rainfall as well. But I hope the night was peaceful.
It was sweet.
It was restful enough.
Yeah, restful. But I was heartbroken for the first time.
Why?
Oh, yesterday wasn't a good day for the people that I wanted to win in the first semi-final.
No surprises in honesty for me.
I was really surprised. It wasn't a fair game.
How wasn't it a fair game?
In my opinion, it wasn't a fair game.
How wasn't it a fair game?
Spain never looked like a team that could beat France. The anger of France on the pitch was something else throughout till yesterday. I don't know. For me, like I always say,
where was the anger coming from?
I mean, that is how they have played. They have played with so much eagerness. That yesterday's game didn't seem like it was going to go their way. Manchester was still aggressive.
So aggression, not anger.
Yeah. No, I mean, they play with that kind of anger to win. Like that kind of anger in quotes. I'm just using it as a euphemism. So what it is for me is that I didn't think it was a penalty in the first place. That ball was not a penalty.
Yeah.
It's like this. A similar thing happened to, was it Senegal? The player's mind was on the ball. Somebody else brings his foot in his front and he kicks it and you say it's a penalty.
That's a penalty all day.
Really?
Enough for a conversation. It's a penalty all day.
Okay. You guys are the technical minds, but for me, what I saw yesterday, the person aimed at the ball. He was just looking up. And the player jumped in front of him.
There was a lack of awareness of where he is. One during the penalty box. In fact, Mexico versus England, there was a penalty that Mexico got against England. Harry Kane was the one who committed the foul. Similar circumstance. He was kicking the ball, was not aware someone could pick the ball before him. And once you kick the man and they go down, that's a foul. Yeah, and so, yes, I can understand. I mean, even persons have argued, at least you're even arguing the fact that he was about to kick the ball, he didn't see the man, and then he kicked him. There are those who even say that there was a handball situation because the ball hit his arm before the kick came in. But his arm was close to his body.
I still hate football.
Once it's in a natural position.
I still hate football.
22 players chasing one ball.
It's such a fantastic sport.
I still hate it.
It's a fantastic sport.
These are the things that make me hate it. So yesterday, it just disoriented the France team.
Oh, no, I don't think the penalty did. In fairness. They started on the front foot, but they never looked threatening. I mean, they didn't really create much, which will result in goals.
Well,
and they were denied their game where they play a lot of transition football and individual brilliance does the work. If I don't let you keep the ball, how will you do what you want to do? It was very simple. I keep the ball, I play it around because I have technical men who can play it around and all of that. And I mean, football is like that, brief moments, like some very, and it was even before the water break.
Yeah.
Before the penalty was before the water. So you can say if you split the game into four quarters. Four quarters. It was the first quarter. So they had the rest of the 3 quarters to recover. They never did because the game was not theirs to start off with.
Playing with anger.
You understand? No anger.
That's the beauty of football. I think that's the beauty of football.
Yeah, when they put the ball on the ground, they say, pass, make a pass. Yeah. Pass and let me pass, and let's see if you can pass better than me.
I think it was France's game to win. It was. So in my mind, France won the game. No, I'm being very honest. In my mind, France won the game because Spain didn't play to please me like they played to win. You see the way Argentina plays. When Argentina plays and they win, or they lose.
Argentina has been atrocious this tournament.
No.
Particularly in the knockout
I think
phase.
not.
In fact, Spain has played better football, controlling the game better than Argentina has the entire tournament. Bar Cape Verde, where they drew 0-0, they've been fantastic. They don't blow teams away, but they always have the game under control.
Argentina, you mean, right?
Spain. Argentina have never had the game under control.
No, Argentina
you are being played off the park by Egypt,
Argentina
Cape Verde,
formidable.
Switzerland.
No, they've been formidable.
No, they have the mentality
exactly
to win.
Exactly.
But if you want to say a team that impresses from start to finish, Spain,
France.
You know they've conceded just one goal the entire tournament.
But France how many goals has France conceded?
France has conceded more than one.
More than one, right? Even yesterday they conceded 2.
Yes, Spain has conceded just one goal, and that was against Belgium.
Yeah.
One goal. The entire tournament, one goal.
Oh.
That speaks to a team.
Oh, Charlie, if I say so, that means France is not, I mean.
Yeah. They played Uruguay. They played Portugal. Mm-hmm. They played Belgium. Mm-hmm. You can't say they've not met a serious team.
Well, anyways. Football is football, and I still hate football.
Well, we love it, and the Mundial is slowly coming to an end. But I mean, we'll get a bit more.
I thought the second semi-final was supposed to have been yesterday.
It's today.
It's today.
It'll be today. It's at 7 p.m.
So I kept on dozing off, waking up.
England versus Argentina is today. The third place.
When somebody just lost one.
England is winning. England must win.
Fair.
They will win.
I mean,
they must
I know where all of this is coming from, but I mean,
oh really?
We leave it all in God's hands.
Oh yes. So, oh no. Oh you are thinking. No, the point is that look, for me sometimes I just want even distribution. Mm-hmm. You won the World Cup.
You want an all-European finals?
Not necessarily. I mean, England has been hungry for the cup for a very long time.
Every team has won the World Cup.
Spain won
before.
in 2016. I mean, in recent
2010.
So 2016, Spain has won it. Recent past, Argentina has won it. Immediate past. Let's what's the name? England wins.
Football, that's not how it is. So it's not because you've won it.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying.
It's been a long time since you won it.
I'm just saying. I'll be much happier.
It's a matter of get on the field and show your magic. But in fairness,
yes, sir.
Spain wins this World Cup.
Oh no!
I believe they will have just too much for either of Argentina or
England who beats them.
Or England. Because the technical news that they possess is one that is fantastic. But let's get into the newspapers because we're 12 to the top of the hour. I have the Daily Graphic and a number of papers, and so I'm going to walk through them, then I come to the rest of you guys. Daily Graphic, big banner story, raw rubber export ban shoots up purchases. A story is by Michael Quay. A story has a picture of the Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, Elizabeth Ofosue-Jare, as well on the front page. The utilization of raw rubber produced in the country has almost quadrupled due to export restriction and subsequent ban imposed this year. Since the restriction of exports from January this year and the subsequent outright ban, which came into effect in July this year, local rubber processors have increased raw rubber purchases directly from traders and aggregators. How does this marry with our intention to ban plastic use in the country? You know, rubber, once we are producing rubber and we are banning the export, it will presuppose we are wanting to use it locally. If we're using it locally, where does it fall within the framework of a movement towards the ban of single-use plastics and some others, amongst other things? Those are some of the questions I'm asking as I'm reading this, but perhaps we'll get a bit more in terms of explanation. Okay. Graphic employee assaulted by Nungwa police officers. Not a good thing. Public land rezoning requires parliamentary approval. Supreme Court halts GN Savings and Loans license restoration. And minority seeks answers over EOCO arrests. On the back page, Argentina-England battle for place in World Cup final.
That's by Maurice Kwanzaa, right?
Yes, Maurice, always. Awesome. The Ghanaian Times, next on the bill, raw rubber export restrictions boosting local purchases, supporting government industrialization. That story is also a big banner story on the Ghanaian Times. Expensive politics shutting out competent leaders. as according to the Vice President of the Republic. Nationwide crackdown on illegal sand winning begins. Minerals Commission uncovers illegal network. BoG revokes Zeepay license over regulatory breaches. That story is from one of the growing fintechs to sudden.
Zeepay.
I mean,
it was a sad story. It was a sad story, you know.
Maybe
I think there was an issue with a loan that he had taken from someone in excess of $3 million US, and it hadn't been paid. So his house was taken over. So I mean, I'm surprised. I'm really, really surprised, because this was a budding young man who had put this together, and it looked quite good until now. So sustainability is one of the things that we always question when it comes to holding up the Ghanaian business. So when I see Ghanaian businesses striving and thriving and keeping on for years, I think we need to applaud them. We sincerely need to applaud them.
I mean, where are the Ghanaian industries that we can see has traversed decades and continue to stand
we
tall?
have the papayas.
Yeah, papaya is not really Ghanaian. It's not really Ghanaian.
Yeah.
When I say it's not really Ghanaian, meaning the ownership is not.
Who is a Ghanaian?
A Ghanaian is somebody who was born here in Ghana or has parents.
Once your documentation affirms you are Ghanaian, you're Ghanaian.
What documentation?
I mean, once if you naturalize, you're Ghanaian.
Yes.
You're
either born here,
so,
you naturalize, or one of your parents is. So you would say even if you're born outside, if one of your parents is Ghanaian and can vouch for you that you're Ghanaian, you're Ghanaian.
Even if you
but
migrated and once you've naturalized.
Yeah, but I don't think papaya. But I mean
we can find out, right? But
we need to look into.
The big businesses that
But it's a sad
exist.
story
The Casaprecons.
Yeah, Casaprecon.
Casaprecon, yes, solid. It's been that's one you can give a shout to.
TT Brothers.
TT Brothers to an extent.
Kofi Somwa, Sofami has been there for more than 10 years.
Robert and Sons.
Hey.
Okay,
maybe Robert, but I don't know about his sons.
Robert and Sons have been there for
years.
I mean, I got my
No,
I'm not saying 15, 20 years old. I'm saying generations. Businesses that have existed generations and have been passed and they are still thriving.
I mean, you mentioned
Pambros would have been one.
Gihok already.
Gihok is Ghanaian owned.
Yes.
Like it's a state owned. I mean, private-led
Private
entities.
ones, right.
Even state owned, we've not been able to do a good job in terms of the long haul. Outside,
you know, Sega is overhauling, and I think credit to Professor White. I think SOEs are doing a lot better.
What companies are there that we can say what generation?
But I think they can still do better based on the.
I mean, there's room for a lot more. The debts and things which.
Yeah, there's room for a lot more. But I just like the direction Sega has taken with its leadership.
Okay.
You know, be more regulatory, ensure compliance and things like that.
Well, I would say, in addition to what it is, that we've seen the president mention specific KPIs and said that in the appointment of all CEOs, he says, look, if you don't turn the company around, we'll merge you or we pull the plugs. Government is no longer going to be doing, there are losses here and then they're allowing it to go. So either you're doing good enough work where you turn the losses around into profit so that your debt overhang, we can begin to find a way to deal with it. But if you continue to post more losses and more debts, we'll pull the plugs.
But Mawena has been over a year, and are we saying that they haven't been appraised after a year? Because it's been over a year.
The Sega reports
they've been in power, and you know we've seen the Auditor General's report, and we can even tell from the performance of certain institutions. Yesterday, Goyle was in the news for, an awesome performance. We've seen what has happened with Tema Oil Refinery. We've seen what has happened with Ghana Maritime Authority. Goldboard is a baby.
It's a baby,
Okay.
right? It's a baby.
But at least even a baby that is walking so fast, we need to.
I mean,
I wouldn't be in
quick
haste.
Or
quick to, endorse that. But I think they are, for a baby doing what they are doing, they are trying.
Right.
There's more room for improvement. My favorite chap is Richard Nunekpeku. He's a very upright guy, very solid guy, and he's my guy.
Okay.
Yeah, I just like his style
a special good morning to him as well. Nunekpeku, he's a deputy to Sami Jimfi at Goldboard as
Talking
well.
about the industries, a few ones. So there's Darko Farms.
Is it still in existence?
Yes.
Yeah, it should be, right?
Still is.
Oh, really?
Yes, they're still in the poultry and the agribusiness industry.
Right.
And then in Kulenu.
Yes, they did the palm.
The palm and all that. I think they started doing Kinky too or something.
So there are a few of them. Latex Film is also there. It is also.
Is it Ghanaian owned?
Yes, that's what I pick.
Oh, really?
Private, right?
Yes, it's private.
Okay, then that's fantastic.
And then
Interplast Phone collapsed.
Interplast Ghana.
Interplast Ghana, yes. Interplast.
That's not Ghanaian also.
It is. That's
really?
Yes.
No, that's our factory.
If he's naturalized, you and I.
Okay, maybe. But we're talking about indigenous.
Just like Kate said, if your documents show that you are Ghanaian.
We're talking about indigenous, like
Ghanaian. Well, NS Chemist is in
NS Chemist is.
Yeah,
but he's still around. He started it and he's still around, so it's not been passed on yet. So we are looking at issues like maybe Bonsatai, Aboso Glass Factory, all those.
Even Aboso Glass Factory was a state.
So you mean the ones that have collapsed?
Yes, Pambros.
No. We are not.
Pambros.
Yeah, we are not after.
Pambros Apente.
I'm talking about the Ghanaian business acumen, where we've built an empire that has existed beyond the founder, right?
Afariwa
Farms.
But the founder is still alive.
That's fair. That's fair.
He's old now, but Afariwa
that's fair.
Kina Farmer is also Ghanaian.
Yes, it will be great to see 20, 50 years from now, Afariwa Farms, NS Chemist, still doing fantastic, growing in the space. Because
how long has Melcom even been in the system?
Oh yeah, Melcom has been.
Because the point is,
are you going to say they're not Ghanaian as well?
Oh no, the owner is not Ghanaian.
The
We're
point
talking
is
about ownership and indigenous, like what we would describe as.
Have you seen his citizenship status?
Oh no, he's not Ghanaian.
Have you seen the beneficial owner of the company?
Oh, now you're talking about beneficiary. I'm talking about the ownership.
Yes, that's what I'm telling you.
No, he's not Ghanaian. No. It's not an indigenous Ghanaian company.
I don't want us to dwell on Ghanaian or not.
So far as they are a private local business, you understand, with maximum Ghanaian input.
No.
Okay, so here's why I raised the point.
Melcom,
right?
1989.
Yes.
Here's why I.
Na 1989 cry say oyenipa ankasisi awedi say.
No, you can't grow.
No, if you don't naturalize and you can be
there may be chance you can buy na onye Ghanaian.
You
I will say it say owners no ga krom ha no mutio. We've seen generation after generation.
Yeah, we're looking at indigenous.
They've also created generational wealth.
Let us situate the
and we've seen them
properly.
grow over the period.
Yes.
Are we talking about indigenous Ghanaian companies or companies that have lasted long in Ghana?
Okay, I was the one who raised the point.
So just
let me clarify that.
Yeah.
I'm speaking to whether indigenous Ghanaian. I'm talking about a private company, Ghanaian owned, which has been birthed, right? An indigenous Ghanaian company birthed, which has traversed generation to generation. Let's even go as far back as independence.
Yeah.
Can we look back and say this is a private-owned Ghanaian enterprise which has grown, speaking to the business acumen of Ghanaians? Because when industries grow, or when I will not say industry, when a business grows from generation to generation, it is able to drive change and development within that space they play in. You understand? So sometimes when we talk about business and a lot of foreign exchange is repatriated outside of the jurisdiction amongst others, when we look within, we find out that we don't really have the businesses which have grown and have become big boys, big players.
Some cold stores are
within the space.
In Tema.
But why is that though?
Yeah, what is
No,
this?
it's one of the reasons why I'm asking the question.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons why I'm asking the question. Why is it that we're not able to, we are not seeing that? Is it the environment? Is it that the businesses are centered around the founders and such that they are not able to transcend
beyond them?
So I will say a few things.
And all of that.
It's got to do with the culture of the Ghanaian. And the other thing has to do with marital situations. Where where founders marry more than one woman. So after their demise, this family, it's happening to Pambros. Let's not kid about it. It's in the news. So the point is that one family thinks that we are the oldest, so we have to take over the company. The others are like, no, daddy was using Crosby to go to work every day, so he was the one being led. So when they just distort everything. So most of the companies that have collapsed have come up as a result of men marrying more than one and not being straightforward with who is supposed to take over their empire after their death.
But they have wills.
Look, let me tell you something.
Wills.
What are you saying? Some of them die intestate. Most people don't write wills.
Well, that's fine. I know. Wills. Yeah. I mean, people struggle with wills because they feel like writing a will is synonymous to inviting death into your chambers.
And will contestation introduces injunctions. So once it's been contested, nobody should work. So if the contestation goes on for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 10 years, nobody's going to work in the company. You get it?
But
so there are some
outrightly saying it's marrying multiple is also a stretch.
No, what I'm saying is that we're looking at points.
Yeah, possible reasons, right?
So and it is one of the key. It was one of the key. One of the key because some of the children will squander all the money and not be part of the business. Some would go and live outside for a very long time. After the demise of the owner, they come in and want to.
But how is it done elsewhere?
We have to learn it. Look at the Lebanese. So this is what they do. When the child is even 9 or 10 years, when they vacate from school, they are brought into the business. So they sit around. If it's exchange, like buy and sell, commerce, they would be there selling to the people. If it is a workshop, they would be there taking the engine parts and all those things, the replacement parts, and giving it at age 10, 11, 12, 13. So everybody, they are part of the trade. I know this on authority because my father worked for a lot of them.
It's not a Lebanese thing. It's a choice. Some of us grew up supporting our mother's businesses at age 5, age 6, and so on.
I've seen people.
So I don't want to limit it to a Lebanese culture.
My favorite watch seller
it's a choice
took over the business from a grandmother.
As a business owner.
As a business owner.
Continued
to involve your next generation.
Your question was, why doesn't it work with us? And when we look at the ratio or the comparison between Ghanaians and other foreign nationals,
you see the generational wealth within Okaenshi. You see great grandmothers who once owned shops, whose grandmothers, mothers, children,
that is commerce.
Grandchildren.
That is commerce. We're talking about commerce.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, that is commerce. I thought we were referring to industries.
No, I'm only making this point to support. The point you made on the Lebanese and that culture.
If we go into some, manufacturing, some of those things, I feel like they can drive change. It's
capital intensive.
Yeah.
So, it brings me to what I'm finding right now, that the biggest factor, Mauna, to the question you're asking on why is the finance. We know that many indigenous companies, those who start, they are likely to start with maybe family savings. They'll start with some susu here and there, retained earnings or informal loans. Now, it may be enough to start.
Upscaling
is where the problem will come in, and oftentimes they will go over and beyond themselves to get it to a certain level, but it will be very difficult to.
I may be tempted to speak in the wrong direction towards Crosby just mentioned, because we are looking at institutions or industries that have survived, but after the demise of what's the name? The owner. So there was a transport company in Kumasi, Poku Transport.
No transition plan.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So Poku Transport is one of them. But here is the situation. It has to do with the culture. Now, a Ghanaian business person makes money. Every vacation, children are flown out to UK, US, go and stay here for that. They are not a part of the business.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm speaking to. Yes. You see, I come from one of those families where what you're saying is false. You understand? Okay. That's what I'm saying, that it is not statistically proven that it is a Ghanaian way
it's not a Ghanaian
it's not a Ghanaian thing. It's a choice.
It's a general.
Yes, it happens everywhere. Proven. Not just in Ghana. You would find the same situation in other parts of the world as well.
Wealthy persons don't have their children taken away.
It does not necessarily mean. I understand what you're saying.
What Patrice is saying, but we're only saying that don't limit it to Ghana. It's not like a Ghanaian.
Don't say it's a Ghanaian thing.
We are speaking as Ghanaians to Ghanaian matters. We are not speaking to Korean issues, are we? We are not. No, because we don't know the Korean issue. But we are speaking to what we know on the ground. And I'm telling you on authority that a lot of the Lebanese businesses, they thrive over the period.
We know a lot that have collapsed as well.
Oh, I know.
We know a lot that have collapsed.
And I can tell you the reason.
So if you want to call, I mean, because we don't have the numbers in terms of success rate, in terms of thriving.
Yes, and it will just be safe not to generalize.
At this point,
to generalize and say,
if you make this statement, if you make this statement at this point, then that means your premise was wrong.
Where the premise will be what?
What are we discussing? What are we arguing about? Why we are not able to sustain?
Yeah.
So if why we are not able, that means they collapse.
And Crosby mentioned financial. I mentioned it's capital intensive.
If we are
Crosby
saying,
said it's financial.
Capital
demanding,
intensive. Your point about not a succession plan. I think that's what we'll call it, a succession plan.
Yes.
So as to having the business look beyond the individual who's running it and looking at how this grows and becomes this in a number of years.
What Patrice is saying is founder dependence. That many Ghanaian businesses, they are built around
the personality
founder. So if this founder dies, becomes sick, is unavailable, or is not able to handle the business
cannot live beyond
itself.
I hope you understand my argument.
One of the factors that
the mechanical Lloyds,
we're having this discussion because
remember mechanical Lloyd?
Yes.
And beyond the founder thing is the succession plan. So because that also does not exist, anybody else can come and take over the business and then run the business down. I think there's an agreement here. We're all talking about the same thing.
I know also sometimes they can buy you out, or you the founder. They'll buy you out and they'll run the entity, and you'll be you'll be behind the scenes, and you'll be getting dividends being paid to you and all of that, right? So
So what I'm saying is that the basis for the discussion is that Ghanaians have not been able to sustain businesses over the year, right?
It's a concern and a question.
That is the basis. So that means we have not been able to hold it up. That is why we are looking at possibilities or issues or challenges that have made it impossible for them to. So if you are saying it, then that means. But if Ghanaian businesses were thriving generationally, wouldn't we be having this discussion?
So let me finish.
Our discussion.
I think it's always the vision. You see, it's always the vision. Every business is driven by a vision. So say your mom decides to start a bakery to support the household, so she's able to support you through school. And she accomplishes that. That was her vision. So if that business does,
with you going through,
but you see,
so anyway,
it's a case of can someone pick it up and take it extra notches higher?
It depends on the
can Kentucky Fried Chicken, for instance, was started by someone who was pretty much retired.
But how was
62 years?
But subsequently,
how was the environment? Did it help him upscale? So that's where the finance concern also comes in.
You know, the Chinese who come into this country to do business. I mean, we have heard, we have seen, we know that some of them are funded by their government.
They are loaded.
You see, so do we have Ghanaians who go to other countries to do business and are funded by the government, by the state?
The state does not.
Because even locally,
the state does not.
In country, we don't have those opportunities. I mean,
it could be
very good businesses go through challenges, and instead of taking them through a transitional plan that will help retain the business, the integrity of the business, the profitability of the business, so people can still keep their jobs and so on. I mean, we prefer crashing them. That's why for some of us, this Zoom Lion conversation, though as much as there's a lot of conversations around it, some of us feel maybe we should look at the Huawei model, the Huawei China model, in terms of
state support,
state involvement.
Yes, because if the government decides to withdraw business from Zoom Lion, what becomes of it? Then it becomes dependent on its global businesses.
And if the government withdraws too, then Zoom Lion is also likely to withdraw from the government, and that would also mean impact on the state.
Yes. So it should be a win-win.
Yes,
they should be empowered to do what is right, so that all the speculation, the fingering, the bickering, and all of those things would be put to rest.
Let me. There are papers. I still have two papers. It was a Zeepay conversation. It was a Zeepay conversation which made me ask that question, which got us. Supreme Court holds restoration of GN savings line spending final determination. On the back page, expert advocate shifts to professional water management in rural communities, and presidency donates 100,000 cedis to Kolebu Dialysis Center. The Daily Guide from the Ghanaian Times, big banner story: Miracles arrest 50 million cedis bill. The inside story, see page 3 for the story. EOCO seeks NPP chairmanship on unity reconciliation ticket. Gold Board injects 8.4 million cedis to fix Galamsey hit water plant. EOCO Rambo style arrest threaten democracy. Afenyo marking. And Supreme Court holds GN savings and loans license restoration. I'm done with the papers I have. I'll come to you guys now.
For the custodian, we have tension mounts in NDC over Mohammed's third-term saga. And we have EOCO launches chairmanship bid, promises to unite MPP, and impulsive EOCO blasted over cruel, oppressive bail conditions. And we have Gold Board to fix 3 GWL plants with 8.4 million Ghana cedis. And then Ato Forsen presents mid-year budget on July 23rd. For the Inquisitor, we have Obuasi West executive elections dispute. Kwarteng punches Nana Ayu. And you have the two of them featuring on the front page. EOCO formally announces MPP chair bid. Gold Board commits 8.4 million to restore water infrastructure. Ato to present mid-year budget next week. Are they the same editors? Because the custodian and the Inquisitor
seem to sound
same. Right. And then for the Informer, teacher shortage hits 1 in 5 districts. Mahama Baumia Mon Yana, Poultry Farmers Association angry with government over Nkokon Kitinkete. Mahama third term agenda, Flagstaff House cracks. We have over there featuring Professor Jane Nana Opokwa Jemai, Johnson Esiedun Ketia, Fifi Fiavi Kwete, and President John Mahama himself. And MPP warns NDC appointees, says 2028 will change everything. Galamsey threatens Ghana's cocoa future. And then for the new finder, we see Ghana closes in on external debt restructuring completion. About 2.8 million Ghanaians living with hepatitis B. Government targets end to tomato imports within 4 months. And Supreme Court halts GN savings license reinstatement. Middle East tensions expose Ghana's fuel vulnerability, says financial analyst. So that is it.
Okay, so let me do the Africa Today, which says that President Mahama tasked to investigate 80% of members and then stop the political noise and answer the 55 million Ghana cedi questions. This is Henry Inusa Mobila was firing at the MPP. Now, President must wake up. Saboteurs in the presidency. Staff accused of suppressing farmers' petition to president over land grabbing in Shai Osu Doku. Also on the front page of the Africa Today, a shift in the narrative. Dr. Segbefia hails impact of Mahama's justice sector reforms. Also, Tantra Hill Queen Mother pleads with Mahama to fix roads and build fire service station. And MP threatens to terminate contractors' agreements over delays and shoddy work on Ayimensa Damfa Amranya Road project. So that is the Africa Today newspaper. Supreme newspaper says, former Jaboso DCE Kwamna Ejef ICE NPP Western North second vice chairmanship. Come back home, Afoko rallies disgruntled NPP members. Minority demands Attorney General's briefing over Miracles Aboagye's arrest.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Apostle Francis Amoakwata to launch 2 books. And Supreme Court halts reinstatement of GN savings license pending BoG Bank. And Bank of Ghana revokes Zeepay's license over regulatory breaches.
Yeah, not everything is politics. So
yeah.
We're asking the Attorney General to come and explain why EOCO arrested an individual who has been under investigation.
They have stated everything, the reasons.
You know, and I'm this morning just trying to get messages. I'm reading Erastus Asaredonko's post from a day ago, and I completely agree with him. You see, we can't demand accountability in on one front, and then when someone is arrested, we mass up and demand their release.
Yeah.
I mean, do we want
demand accountability? You're right.
Do we want to follow the money trail? Do we want that? I mean, by all means, let's speak against rights abuses. And we are here. We say that the bail sums are excessive, and bail is supposed to secure a person and must not be used as punishment. But let us not say no, somebody should not be. Everybody can be arrested once you fall foul of the law, irrespective of the privileges you enjoy and the fact that some persons are more equal than others by virtue of the position you occupy and all of that. It's in the make of the... But for us to continue to make the argument as though some people cannot be arrested and we should come and explain, respect, I disagree.
It looks as though we see every arrest through politics.
No, it cannot be.
When there may be substance to the arrest. Yes, we've spoken about why we should respect rights, but as we do it, we should also, like you're saying, Marina, we should also not turn a blind eye to the substance of the conversation. And I read a post from Kay yesterday, and that had to do with, in as much as there's the noise, the conversation about, the bail conditions and all of that, there is still an amount of money that is missing that we are trying to find, that somebody is paying back. So we should do the two simultaneously. Look for human rights protection, avoid and prevent the human right abuse, but also don't lose sight of the accountability question. Because if it looks as though whoever is arrested, even when you don't know why the person has been arrested, you go there, you start saying that release the person. Then what are you doing? What are you asking for? Is the person's release when no rights has been abused, when the person is not being tortured or anything? Is it more important than the investigation that the state agencies are beginning or continuing in relation to the person? I think as a people, we should know exactly.
No, we don't want accountability. We pretend we want it, and then when someone is picked up to answer questions immediately, yes, by all means, let's speak to the state institutions wanting to overly be zealous.
With Miracles issues, it's important we separate 3 matters because we have the allegations, the arrest, and then the bail conditions. These are 3 different things. If we look at what EOCO says, they are saying they followed an audit and a petition concerning alleged financial and procurement irregularities.
Yeah. And
if an institution is taking action based on this, are we privy to the audit report?
No.
We are not privy to the audit report. And we are not privy to the petition either. So it's important that sometimes we allow the state institutions to work. one would have expected that since the rule of law exists in this country, I mean, being in opposition does not truncate your rights as a citizen of Ghana. And Miracle, knowing his background and his history with the MPP, would definitely attract well-meaning lawyers who would be able to engage with the state institutions
and loyalists as well.
Yes.
But it's no basis to go and be
away from the noise and unlawful assembly.
We see the report too. We see
things
the
like
report every year where they say that corruption has done this and that. Do we want these matters to be investigated or not? These questions have to be answered honestly.
Of course.
You understand? Not everything. And I'm disagreeing because the minority leader is seeking to suggest that the Attorney General must come and explain why Miracles was arrested. And I'm asking,
no.
That's
below the belt.
I disagree.
So when I listened to the minority leader yesterday, what I picked from what he said is they are not against accountability. So if you're accusing somebody of doing the wrong thing, by all means, do what is necessary to get the right information from the person. However, be careful not to abuse the rights of the person. And with this, he's relating it to the demands and the condition of his arrest. So first is how the man was arrested, raising concerns about how he was picked up from the airport, when this is somebody who was engaging with EOCO already. So there's no basis in his words to think that the man will run away or the man will not be available to come to you to respond to questions or answer questions, so that you didn't have to do what you did, arrest him in the manner that you,
which is a fair argument to make.
Exactly. It's a fair argument, but it's not a fair argument because
I disagree.
Does this only work for politically exposed persons?
Here's a point.
Haven't we been in this country and seen ordinary citizens being picked up? Haven't we seen ordinary citizens? Is the Attorney General called to come and respond to some of these things?
I agree with you, but then the responsibility now goes to the state institution.
Abanjo Makin got it wrong. Trust me.
He got it wrong.
Here's what I'm going to say.
The modus operandi of a state institution.
Here's what I'm going to say in response.
You don't decide on that.
Right. EOCO's statement is an official statement.
Yes.
Until we get a bit more in terms of details and an explanation, you can, whoever you are, you can decide to treat it or take it with a pinch of salt or whatever.
But even civil liberties.
But here's what we are told. The man has been under arrest and he has been under investigation for 1 year. They discovered new evidence which was going to be the basis for his arrest, and went to put a stop order at the airport. At the time the order was taken there, he was outside of the jurisdiction. I'm just recounting the details of EOCO's statement. He was outside of the jurisdiction. When he returned, the stop order was still in force. Immigration officials held him Saturday evening and gave him to EOCO Sunday morning. When there's a stop order for you, unless maybe some of the law enforcement agencies, I know a number of people listen, lawyers and what have you, they'll help us appreciate. When there's a stop order for you and you arrive in the country and the immigration picks you up, is that a violation of any rights? Is that an arrest? Is that an arrest in any way? Right? So we say, there's a stop order for you. EOCO has come to us that we should prevent you from traveling because they want to arrest you.
Yes.
Right? And you are not in the jurisdiction. So immediately you can be Master Crosby.
Sit here small.
Sit here for us small. And you sleep here today. Tomorrow we will take you to EOCO because they say they want to, at least they brought documentation to suggest they want to stop you from traveling. And they are
so you are privy to why you've been detained.
So once that is happening, where lies the question as to he's been in the jurisdiction, because they tell us that they wanted to arrest the man in this week. Whether or not the arrest is justified or not, they said they found fresh evidence. The argument we are making is that we cannot be making or be suggesting that some persons are above arrest. Yes, granted, there's political following and all of that.
Look, even chiefs
have to be
even chiefs
navigated.
the custodians of our heritage, even chiefs,
you
are
have
not
to
above
navigate
it.
because there could be security implications where people decide to do one or two things. So you can't arrest my person and all of that, and the escalations that could come about it. But to say there was no lay-down process, as with the statement that we've seen and the explanation, I think it's a bit far-fetched. And once there's been an explanation as well as to why he was arrested and the processes he's gone through, I don't think a demand extra for an attorney general to come and explain in specificity as to why Miracle was arrested.
I think that the conversations that should be had, the conversations that should be had is, was he denied access to his lawyer?
Those are the questions.
Those are the real questions we have to be asking. Was he denied access to his lawyer? Was he denied access to bail after 48 hours as enshrined by law? So if those key questions, remain unanswered, or if those key questions turn out to be otherwise, then it means that EOCO failed in executing its mandate in accordance with law. But if those key questions have not been answered, why do we want to dictate the pace or how state institutions or law enforcement institutions should carry out their mandate if it's in accordance with law? And that's why I was asking Crosby, haven't you seen ordinary people being picked up in accordance with law?
Patrice was telling us yesterday he had someone arrested because the person was supposed to have...
But the minority leader was a majority leader some few years ago.
Yeah.
And as majority leader, he was privy to the surge in arrests.
So Apenyo Makin wears 4
He didn't have anything
caps.
to say then?
He wears 4 status caps. First of all, he's a citizen of the country. Number 2, he's a lawyer. Number 3, he's a minority leader in parliament. And number 4, he's a political party.
Number 5, he's a traditional leader.
So that is him. So I want to see him in these 4 states. Number 1, as a member of parliament and somebody who understands and knows the law, does he think or believe that EOCO was wrong in all that they did? And does he believe in himself that the question that he was putting out there was not politically motivated rather than reasonable? What he said doesn't become reasonable when it comes to legal matters and parliamentary sittings. He's only speaking as a politician representing NPP. So he would have to speak to his people for them to see that he is also doing something, so to speak. His voice is being heard. Is he not a Ghanaian? If he is a Ghanaian, then I can conclude, based on what he has said, that he's not being a patriotic Ghanaian. Because 55 million Ghana cedis is no joke.
No, he should be concerned. He should be asking. Because, you see, this is what I always believe in, Patrice, not to cut you short. You see, when a president appoints, he has delegated parts of his responsibilities to you, because he cannot be everywhere at the same time. There are so many things that happen on their blind side. And I can say on authority that there are so many things that a Kufuado is sitting back and asking himself, probably asking himself, hey, did this really happen? How come I never knew this happened? Because not everything that happened under a Kufuado's administration was his handiwork. So if you have the interest of the party at heart, you should be concerned that, hey, now we have my appointment, now we yes, I know. Okay, you share assembly. Said their baby are let's dig into the matter and appreciate what really happened. Because if something really happened, then we should be asking ourselves questions. What kind of people are we appointing as a political party? But it looks as if political parties defend their own, whether they are right or wrong. And that is a culture that must change. Because if it doesn't, then a time is coming, they will only...
You see, we all say that the president may not be aware of certain things that happen under his tenure. But I would want to digress from that assertion. There is the Auditor General's report that audits all these state institutions, there are media houses that come in, day out on air to speak to national issues. So if the president would tell me that he hasn't got the executive secretary to tell him these are the issues that were found and placed and reported in the Auditor General's report, so you should check institution A, institution B, person A, person B, person C. If they were going by that, I don't think he has the excuse to say that.
But Patrice, what if the executive secretary is the godfather of the cartel?
But my point is that he knows by now Dr. Baumia would be making comments based on the Auditor General's
is a cartel.
Report. You get it? Dr. Baumia will be making comments on the Auditor General reports. In case he becomes president one day, is he telling me that he would throw away the Auditor General's report because he's now president, so he's blind to it? All these our leaders are very much aware of things that are going on. Who pays out funds? Is the finance minister. So are you telling me that you can't understand what the finance ministry is doing in terms of payment? You pay somebody to renovate stadium and the person doesn't do it and the person is paid. You pay somebody to construct roads. Roads are not constructed. And then you pay the person. Look, there are little things that we can look at. But everybody says to the man, DB, Abain Enyedia. That is the statement. That is what the politicians say. You get power, chop some and go. The country will be your own. At least what? These are things that they say. And I'm not hiding it because we meet them day in, day out, and they make all these period statements. But the point is that nobody will want to come and say that this is what Crosby said, or this is what Kay said. Nobody would say that. For me, presidents have the power to make and unmake a state. Nobody can tell me anything that is happening under your ambit. You can't find it. So how is the possibility that EOCO and those other anti-corruption agencies, STRAD and all those things, they are able to find out things about those in opposition? Because they have what? They do the record, they do the analysis. They are able to find all those things and arrest all these people. Why can't they do it to themselves whilst it is going on?
They won't.
You get it? So they have the power too, but they don't do it whilst they are in power. When another political party comes, then they... Yes.
You know the interesting part, Patrice?
Tell me, my brother.
Whilst all this is going on,
yes,
the OSP,
the
Office of the Special Prosecutor, is on ice.
Yeah.
And we say we want to fight corruption. I've seen the Speaker of Parliament make certain points concerning. I saw a news card from us, of course, yesterday on the Speaker's comments on fighting corruption and so on and so forth. But I quite remember respectfully that Speaker was one of those endorsing the abrogation of the office. At the time, the conversation came up and there was a private members bill, to scrap the office. So we are looking at fighting corruption, and the most independent institution that should be fighting corruption is on ice. How would we feel if it was the special prosecutor that went after this matter? Then it wouldn't have political colors, because we would say it is. It will
still have political colors. That's the problem. And for me, that is the problem. That irrespective of which institution, both sides are averse to
with the Mustafa Hamid
to accountability. So in opposition, they will make all the arguments about corruption, and it once they get into guy and they leave and they say, oh, your agency, something happened there, and we are looking at, because when you are there, you will not prosecute your own.
No, but and they are right to say it is a witch hunt, because you make it look like a witch hunt, because you see, as AG, you assumed office, and when you assumed office, you discontinued certain cases. You discontinued certain cases that are closely linked to your partisan interest,
which is why the basis for when I said so
but
they are averse to
so if
their accountability question.
You did that, and today, an institution that works closely with you decides to go after your opponent, what picture have you painted with your own brush?
But there's also the concern of the institution itself. When the politicians are crying when the tables turn, is it because they don't want accountability as one, and two?
That is it.
I'm coming.
Oh, that is it.
Or the second one is that they want accountability, but they don't trust the institution that is going to do the job.
The first one is and only
that they don't want
politicians, so to speak, those in positions of authority do not like accountability.
But do they trust the institutions?
They trust them.
They
trust the institutions. That is why they've kept them where they are. They trust the institutions so much, but they don't believe in the work of those institutions.
Then that's
so that is thing. Yes. So they don't believe in accountability. That is the work of the institution. They don't believe in accountability. Otherwise, my question is simple. So we want to buy what's the name of this thing? Water bottles for an institution. So let me just extend it so everybody understands properly. We want to buy laptops for a Ministry of Energy or anything. And you're telling me that there will be a bid from somebody to sell one laptop at 250,000 Ghana cedis. Are you joking? In today's modern world, where you can just go online and type laptop, core i7, 8 gig, this is RAM, you can do all those things and know the cost or the price of it.
Okay, so if
they don't believe in that,
so an institution does this wrong.
Exactly.
And then the institution or somebody supervises it, and the person is to be investigated.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that is the person the subject of the investigation?
Yes.
No? Is that person against the fact that an investigation is going to happen into what he has done, or that person is against the fact that, hey, these people who are going to do the investigations, these people, they are some way?
No, because he knows if investigations are done, he would be found out.
Okay.
So he doesn't believe in accountability. The reason he will steal or go the other way. You get it? He doesn't believe in accountability.
Not the institution.
Not the institution.
So they trust the institution.
Oh, they trust the institution. The reason the same politician will come out and say, according to the report of that was made by the institution, but the finality. So Public Accounts Committee, everybody believes in Public Accounts Committee. What happens thereafter? Nothing. Auditor General's reports, we read everything. What happens thereafter? Nothing.
But have you wondered why we haven't passed the unexplained wealth order?
You can't.
Because I mean, how do you fight accountability without?
You can't. They would never do
the unexplained wealth order.
But then, what have we done with all the other laws that have the same or similar aim to what the unexplained wealth will do?
There's none similar.
No, in terms of
there's none similar. You see, the unexplained wealth order allows you to be able to go beyond your investigative findings.
Yeah.
So, for instance, in Miracles Aboagye's case, EOCO cannot start asking him questions like, where did you get the money to build your house?
That's in Ghana, right?
Which law supports them
That's
doing
in
that?
Ghana.
They cannot ask him questions of. So yesterday when people were putting up his house and all that, I'm like, and then how do you expect? How are you going to ask him how he built his house? What law, allows you to ask him?
To an extent you could, because if he says it's a gift,
I think
the
institution which has the power to do that is a special prosecutor.
Yes.
They can do lifestyle audits. They give you a form. They give you a form, which I know, right? They give you a form where you answer a bit of questions in that regard.
It is supposed to be the case, but that can happen under the unexplained wealth order, and the unexplained wealth order does not exist. So they cannot even carry out a lifestyle audit.
But the point is that EOCO can do that.
You see, unless the investigations allows them at a point, and then by the court, so not you don't just exactly. Yeah. Like in Mustafa Hamid's case, they decided to track the properties because they were possibly proceeds of crime and things like that. But for you to do an unexplained wealth investigation or a lifestyle audit, you need to have the unexplained wealth order in force. And as it stands, it does not exist.
Yeah.
So how do we intend to fight corruption?
There's a perception of, if you're a public office holder and there's a perception that you are corrupt, they can go fish out all the houses that have...
Because you are supposed to even declare...
Exactly.
You are supposed to... A declaration of assets.
So if you did not declare
so
it, it's not part of it.
Yeah.
Number two, if you said it was given to me by Crosby, it was dashed out. Okay, so where's the information? Give us the information that it was given to you. Now, did you pay gift tax on it? Yeah. Then we'll go and... Crosby, how did you come by this property?
Mustafa Hamid said the Kufuor gifted him a house.
Yes, but you see, the point is that this is what we are doing. Like I mentioned, there is nothing like a politician. There is nothing like a politician. All these people are educated people that were put in positions of authority. Yet they color themselves in politics. We wake up every morning and we discuss them. So because they said Kufuor gave it to him, then Nanado, that's what Nanado. We all like him. Oh, Nanado is a good. He's the president too. We can't do this. So it's Nanado. Case closed.
No, the case does not close for.
You can't do this.
For think tanks like Imani and CDD and
you see,
Transparency International and the likes, and it does not close for journalists who are doing their very best to probe into issues like the Manesse Azuri, Suleimana from the Fourth Estate,
Anas Arimiyao and all those people.
Yes, and even the likes we have here in Media General. You see. Because you cannot, you won't expect someone like Mawina to hear something like that and just sit aloof. He will ask questions.
How can he just say
when
that?
You say case closed, we say open.
Where did Nanado get money to gift him the property? Where did Nanado get the money to gift him the property? You are the president of the Republic of Ghana. Granted that you are paid salaries, we all know.
You know,
anything that comes to, we need to find out.
The interesting part is when you know, when you say that, then everybody's okay, this part. Nobody is interested in following and asking.
Nobody
would. Like Patrice is asking.
Yes. That's the thing. I mean, you see.
Because at one point we were told he sold his family
property.
Those were claims, right?
The SGSS.
We were told. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. We were told. I mean, yes. But so fast forward, he's in a position to gift.
Charlie. I told you, we are a dead country.
My point is that
we're such a dead country.
I find a lot of acts, lot of laws, lots of institutions working in a certain direction with a certain aim. The aim is to fight corruption, reduce corruption. Already there are a number of them.
Right.
My point again is that just adding one more, the unexplained wealth order, the UWO, is not going to act as a magic wand that when you move it about, all the failures of the existing laws, the existing acts, the existing agencies will stop. So that's all I'm saying. The asset declaration thing is there, the OSP is there, EOCO is there, Shraj is there, public financial management, various ones are there, but we still see corruption going on the levels that it happened.
Yeah.
So the unexplained wealth order, yes, is good, but that alone will not do anything because all the other ones, even put together, does not seem to be doing enough.
That's it.
Crosby, it is very easy and simple for us to find all these things. So just walk into, let's say, Transaco, Airport Hills, Cantonments, Laboni, or anywhere we have a cluster of houses, and just go in. You are investigating corruption. Just go in and check. So who owns this house? Who owns that house? Who owns this house? Then they have to give you that information.
Like anybody just.
And you can, because it's a suspicion. So the moment corruption is suspected, or crime is suspected, or something that falls foul of the law is suspected, they have the right to investigate and find out. So they need to know.
The investigative bodies.
Exactly, the investigative bodies, they can. So when they go in and they find out that, this house belongs to one person, second house belongs to the same person, third house, fourth house, one person owns like 50 houses. Then now they'll come and say, how did you acquire all the 50 houses? Then we come, oh, I'm into oil and gas, or I'm into gold business, and this is how much I make every week or every month or every year. So I'm able to, or these are the returns that I get on investments based on ABCD that I do. Then they'll be like, oh, okay, it's in order. But if you are not able to justify it, and you, that same person, is able to gift others those houses and those cars and all that, it raises a lot of questions. My point is that those at the helm of affairs, political authority, the welfare of the Ghanaian is not on their minds. Let me justify it this way. I went to the Ministry of Agri, and I saw a lot of party people. I don't know if because of the way I was dressed. If you mean, how do I dress? And that small car that I drive, I get them, they're like, honorable. And I say, hey, excuse me, please, I'm not honorable. Honorable, if you chain nearby, and this is not happening only under this NDC administration. It happened in the past. So if all these people keep coming and keep begging, what does it mean? That means they have nothing doing. If they have nothing doing, and you have noticed that these people always come to you begging, and that is the lame excuse a lot of MPs give, that it is difficult because people come to ask for transport, hospital fees, school fees, and all this kind of thing. That means you are not creating the adequate jobs for these people to do, to occupy themselves, such that they will not come to you asking for all these things. A politician makes money, makes millions of monies, and mine is that put up a story building, create stores or shops for them, put them in, stock it with items, let them stay there and not come to you, but you not do it. You take that one and you use it to do private things that you want to do, and you turn around and tell me that what, we shouldn't hold you accountable for things that you do, and they lavishly show it and throw it out in our face. By the time you realize somebody that you were with, who was a young boy, 2 seconds, the person is now driving a Land Cruiser. He has got a Mercedes Benz. He has got this car. He has got that car. He's moved to Trasaco. He's moved to Airport Hills. Now the best place is Testado. That is Chado. That's the best place people go now. So yeah, so you would ask yourself, my advice to every young person listening to me this morning, you can take it or leave it. Go into politics, you'll be successful.
Just on the unexplained wealth orders, it's important to add that only the OSP can currently pursue unexplained wealth orders under Ghanaian law. The UWO requires a person to explain the lawful source of their wealth, where it appears disproportionate to known income. In ordinary criminal cases, the prosecution bears the burden of proof. In money laundering cases, the accused may have to account for the origin of suspicious assets, and under LI 2374, persons subject to OSP processes may be required to declare all assets, including those held through third parties. This declaration is different from the constitutional asset declaration made to the Auditor General. Investigators compare declared assets with lawful income to identify unexplained wealth. Undeclared or concealed assets may become subject to forfeiture through the legal process. The objective is to detect and recover illicit wealth while preserving due process and the right to a fair hearing.
So that's it. It's very simple. It can be done. We will not do it. Like I said, the institutions are there. But we would not do it because we don't like accountability.
We will not do it.
We will not do it.
Let me go through the papers that I have this morning. Punch Africa says, Apia Boateng condemns child labor in Ghana. Government to build 261 24-hour markets nationwide, according to Ahmed Ibrahim. That's on page 9. President Mahama shows compassion to accident victim. Gomwa East DC leads national cleanup exercise. MP engages fuel outlet operators, tanker drivers on compliance. EOCO explains why Miracles Aboagye was picked up on page 8. Also, the news center this morning has
Gomwa East DC.
Gomwa East DC leads
MC. He's actually even an MC.
The paper said DC.
Yeah, he's supposed to be an MC.
Margaret.
Yeah. Good morning, madam. They empowered to fight langadism in the area. The complaints are too much.
Margaret, Nana.
And, it's the same Gomwa East Enclave where a soldier was killed some few years ago by one Ben Lord, a self-styled chief. Fast forward, we don't know the outcome of the case, but Langadism is before the courts, but we still don't know. Justice delayed is justice denied. You know, and fast forward, Langadism still exists within that enclave. There's evidence that the police is party to it in the enclave. There's evidence that some people in your office, madam, are party to this Langadism that continues to steal the peace and harmony from the area. We are asking you this morning to make sure that you deliver on your mandate and bring glory to your appointer. Good morning, madam.
Yeah.
The news center this morning says Gold Board injects 8.4 million cedis into fixing 3 GWL plants on page 12. EOCO unveils 3 hours agenda to rebuild MVP rally support for 2028 comeback. Government neglects sends energy sector debt soaring to $1.5 billion on page 6 of the paper. And finally, there's a group, it is called IERPP. And IERPP stands for the Institute of Economic Research and Public Policy. Now, they have scored President Mahama 4.9 over 10 in first year. That's on page 6 of the News Center newspaper. They say detail-driven news.
Right. We're going to go for sports, but the BNFT, I have a copy of that. They lead with BoG urge to set minimum fraud controls for PSPs, industry bets on stable coins. GCB Bank MD calls for blended finance to bridge Africa's SME funding gap. Zeepay's license revoked over cash backing breaches. Sword and shield for fighting off bank insolvency. And there's a feature, right? It's an excerpt of a book written by Professor Ebo Hinson, as well as our chief of staff, Julius Debra. There's
public service delivery.
Yes, there's an excerpt of it, the citizen experience, a new social contract, which you can find on page 5, pretty much detailing the troubles of the everyday Ghanaian in accessing social services in the country and why we ought to do better. You should grab a copy of the BNFT and read that by Professor Robert Ebo Hinson and Julius K. Debra as a chief of staff. They've put a book together as a brief excerpt of it as well.
That's beautiful. So if you got this, guys...
Hey, but if chief of staff is doing this, then what's up with the performance review? Because it's been over a year, and I mean...
You're looking for the performance review, right?
Yes, of appointees. You know, so those who should be reshuffled or dismissed.
I don't know if Bob Hinson is still in Ghana because he was in Rwanda. So, I mean, if he's come from...
if he's come back.
So, if you got Bob Hinson and Robert Ni Adekleg on this matter of governance, so good governance, and then the book that has been written...
Yeah, the book is written along with the chief of staff.
Find out
it's an awesome initiative.
You would find out whether or not our state institutions are performing well.
Right. On that note, let's get into sports right now for you here on the 3FM Sunrise.